Another day, another dollar. How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with a video on Vox Machina, a show on Amazon Prime Video about, another thing, which is called Critical Role, a D&D session done by Matthew Mercer on YouTube. And I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this at all until some of my friends are like, yo, check this out. You'll like it. There's this one character. He's really cool. And so I was like, all right, I'll give it a watch. I just watched The Boys, Amazon Prime, all that stuff. Why not give it a watch? And it's 12 episodes. It's kind of like seasonal anime length. So I got around to watching it, and I finished it right now. Like literally like 5 minutes ago. I just had to use the bathroom. So I it's based off a Critical Role, which is a thing that Matthew Mercer does. Who if you guys or guys, gals, non-binary pals, whatever if you know, he's a voice actor. He's an anime voice actor, or sometimes game voice actor, or whatever, for characters like McCree or Crom from Fire Emblem. Just what's it called? I didn't even remember. Awakening. There you go, Awakening. But he's a prominent voice actor. He's done a lot of popular roles, and he has a bunch of other voice actors like Travis Willingham, Liam O'Brien. If you know who who those people do as characters, you'll recognize them. Laura Bailey, Ashley, something I forgot her name, but she does Ellie from The Last of Us, and two other people I forgot their names. Excuse me for that. But it's six people, and then you have Matt Mercer as the DM, and they're basically playing Dungeons and Dragons, where they have a whole campaign, they have their characters set up, their lore set up, and they just play. And I've done some role playing before, but it's crazy. Like my friends tell me all the time, like, yo, these guys do role playing like nothing. They make decisions quickly, all that stuff, and it's really cool. So seeing the show, like how it translates over into a show, is like it's really cool. Like it could be its own show. So they made one, and I never watched Critical Role, so I don't know how to speak about it. But you know, anyways, I'm gonna talk about the show, right? For a rating before I get into spoilers, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm not gonna call it a praising video because I don't feel like I'm gonna praise it. Even though I did enjoy this show, I it wasn't for me like the way I felt about The Boys, where I was just like every episode I was like, "Yo, let's go." The show was good. I'm not taking away its merit, no sir, but it wasn't praising level for me, like praiseworthy for me. I thought it was a good show. I got a lot of enjoyment from it, but I don't think I could give it praise or call it a praiseworthy show, like in terms of video titles. So I don't want to devalue it. If you really like the show, if you think it's a 10, you think it's a 10. I'm not gonna judge you, right? I just don't think it's a 10. I think it's an 8. So that's just how I feel about it. And again, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. I thought the characters, you got really close to the characters. The story was cool as well. And animation overall it was all right, reminding me of Castlevania, but a little worse in that sense. But Castlevania's animation is really good, so it's hard to compete with that. But in this, it also reminded me of Castlevania's animation in a good way, because sometimes it was just really good. The hand-to-hand combat was really fun in like the last couple episodes. It was cool. It was generally cool. So I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it a good rating. If you don't like that rating, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. So let me get into spoilers. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, by all means leave the video. You can come finish it when you're done, or not finish it at all. You got my rating. But if you do, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you already know, then by all means you're welcome to stay. So without further ado, let's get into it with this long, long intro. But yeah, so again, I already explained what Critical Role is. Vox Machina, that's the name of or that's the name of the group in this campaign. I don't remember what the place is called, but you know, Vox Machina is the group of players that are playing together to basically play through the campaign. And we have Vex, which is a guy, elf thief guy, or Vax, which is his sister. You have Vex, who is a guy, and then Vox, which is a girl. Those two are brother and sister. Then you have Scanlan, a gnome. You have Pike, uh, uh, a light gnome, whatever. Like Scanlan is a bard, while Pike is a light mage or whatever they're called. But you have Gorg as well, who's just a normal brawler. He's a barbarian. You have Kalith, who is an elf like, oh, how would I, druid? There you go, a druid mage, I think is what they're called. And then you have Percival, Percival de Rolo, and he is just a gunman, bro. He is legit just I pull out straps for anybody that has beef with me, and he's honestly really cool. If oh, yeah, whatever. So the story is basically just these guys are all in a group. They get hired by the the kingdom royal family, and they basically have to go do stuff. And they're not expected to do much because they're all a bunch of drunkards basically, but they're good. You know, they're really good. So they get done with their first thing. It was fighting one of the actual traitors in the kingdom. So it was like, oh shoot, this guy was planning on betraying the kingdom, all that stuff. And then they, once they complete that task, because the kingdom didn't know there was a traitor in the, you know, in their midst. So once that happens, you know, they get promoted. They get a house in the kingdom like royal area. And next, Percival, what I call Percival has connections to some people that show up to the kingdom once they have a royal banquet. And it turns out that these guys actually killed Percival's family. And so now Percy and all of them go over to, what's it called? To where he used to live to take care of these people. And the rest of the show is basically spent dealing with Percy, dealing with Pike, because we also find out that Delilah, which is one of the people that hurt Percy and killed his family, what kind of cursed her, messed her up, and she has to go do her own thing. So it's basically Vox Machina minus Pike for right now. And yeah, again, the rest of the show just takes place there, and it was really cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into it because it's gonna take a while. But basically, once you get to the end of it, where all this stuff that's been building up over the season boils over, we have some really good scenes with all the characters. Pike comes back, and they're fighting Delilah and Silas, which is, husband and wife, and they're trying to summon the Whispered One, which is just a really bad, like Cthulhu-like creature in this world. And so they managed to win. They killed Delilah, they killed Silas, and now they're back in the kingdom. But it ends off in a cliffhanger where dragons start coming over to the kingdom, and that's where it ends. And I just want to get into the characters because I don't want to talk about the story much. Or actually, let me talk about the story. So the story was cool. I thought it was really cool. It's that medieval magic fantasy type world, and I'm not usually a fan of those too much because I just get bored of them sometimes because there's so many things like that. That's why I wouldn't really want to play like stuff like Skyrim or anything like that because I don't like medieval stuff. It's not for me. I'm not gonna say it's bad because it's not. Genuinely good stuff comes out of that, but again, it's just not for me. I'm more of the cyberpunk, not like the game, but just in general that futuristic setting, all that stuff. The technology is just really cool because you can get really creative, and also you can get creative with medieval stuff. Like I said, it's just I prefer the future more than I prefer the past. So I hate how I feel, but this medieval setting, it doesn't matter. I don't care that it's medieval because it's just fun. The characters are fun. The story is cool. The action is cool. The characters and how they are involved with the story is cool. Like the story itself is just them dealing with the first trader and then them dealing with Delilah and Silas. And Delilah and Silas were really cool. Like genuinely they were awesome to watch. And just seeing how Percival was affected by him, seeing how he feels when he learns that his sister's alive, seeing just how he learns to overcome his revenge and vengeance and just overall hatred towards the people that wronged him, and just genuinely at the end of the show, which I really really liked, was the fact that Percy was smiling, genuinely smiling and laughing at Scanlan's jokes, which he never did in the entire show. That man was just overtook by those negative emotions. And now the fact that he basically, well, Scanlan threw away his gun, so now he's just making another one. He's just happy. Seeing him be happy with Vox Machina it was so nice. It was generally so nice, and it was awesome to just see his character development throughout this season, and it makes me excited to see how are they going to develop the other characters in this show when if there's a second season. I think there is, but I don't know. I gotta ask some friends about it. But Pike and Percival definitely got the most character development. Pike learning to just be herself and accept that Vox Machina isn't the purest thing, but you don't have to be pure to be a part of the religion that she follows. So the fact that she just believes in the religion, but also stay true to herself, it just means, like you're doing it. You were the one that closed off yourself from the Everlight, which is the religion thing, not the Everlight itself. So it's up to you to change, not us, you know? And so once she does that, she's able to come back and she has her own character development as well. She has like the second most character development compared to Percy. And so after that, besides that, it's just all the other characters learning, developing, growing. Vex admitting that he loves Caliph, but then, it's about responsibilities and she doesn't want to do it right now. It's like, okay, hopefully you get together later because that was really disrespectful to my mans, bro. That is tough and tragic. He did not deserve that. But at the same time, he chose a terrible time to do it because they were getting attacked by zombies and he was just like, yo, I love you, you know? And then she was like, wait, why would you tell me that now? And then it's like, okay, I understand that's terrible timing, but at the same time, he thought he was going to die, you know? Because you're getting overrun by zombies. Literally, him and Percival dapped up one last time because they thought that they were both going to die. And that never happened because they were both on bad terms for a little bit. So it's like, bro, this man, while it was out of desperation and like a last ditch effort, like, yo, I want you to know this. And even if it was a bad decision, I still defend him. Could have been done with some more sauce, some more tact, but I still defend the way he felt. And also just him and Vex and Vox are just they have a good what's it called, brother sister relationship. I hope I'm not messing up their names because they're twins. So and they have similar names as well. It's just separated by an E and an A. Like Vox is the girl, Vex is the guy. That's what I'm gonna go with. If I'm wrong, I'll mention it in the comments. But, after that, like, besides Percy and Pike, everybody else was just normal. Scanlan was doing his own Scanlan thing, being a comedy mastermind. Gorg just being funny because he's just simple, he's a simple guy, loves doing what he's doing. He's just a normal guy. And him and Pike are just so adorable, genuinely so adorable together. Or excuse me, Vox and Percy are also really adorable together. I really like them. And then, Vex and Kiki or Caliph were really cute together as well until that happened. So I really like the chemistry that all the characters have in this show. Oh, of that Vox Machina has in the show. That I like that they're so close together, even though they for sometimes just hate each other. They are basically a family, and that's so sweet. I genuinely like that. So the chemistry, the charisma, all that just brought me together to the show, or brought me closer to the show. But comedy, Scanlan's the funniest, no doubt. He brings a level of comedy that the other characters couldn't. But then same with Gorg or Grog, he was really cool. He was funny. And he's just a normal, sweet, kind of violent guy. And then I think I already talked about the rest of them. Yeah, Kayla, she's alright. She's nothing crazy, but she does come through clutch. I can't say that she's like bad. She's definitely not bad. She's just not my favorite. So without that, action besides that, the action was cool when it was really good. Besides that, it was alright. Again, it looks like Castlevania, but it's not Castlevania, so that's kind of the thing that's jarring for me. So it's just like, oh, 1 minute you have a cool action scene, the next minute the animations are kind of weird, but I'm not an animator. I can't speak on it. So overall, the fights were good. When they were there, they were good. And they were definitely there like the last 3 episodes, so I generally enjoyed that. But my favorite scene honestly was at the end of the season with episode 12 with Percy and just what was going on with him because he was tweaking. I really enjoyed that. It was so cool just seeing all the art that came with it and just how nice the animation looked and how deep in the paint Percy was. The fact that it wasn't him, but it was something controlling him, because Percy was never this vengeful, even if it was against his family. Like he his change, I feel like it was well deserved. He definitely deserved to be happy, and the fact that his sister didn't die for that to happen was really good as well. So I like that. If I had to give you guys my list of like, oh, who's my least favorite to favorite, it would be least favorite, Caliph, and then after that, it would be Vex, or excuse me, not Vex, Vox, Vax, whatever her name is, the female twin sister. And like again, I don't dislike these characters. I just didn't like Caliph as much as I did the top characters. And in Vex, I thought she was cool. There was nothing wrong with her, you know. We just haven't seen enough of them to really learn and like them more than the characters that we have here. But after that, you have Grog, who's pretty cool, honestly. You have Scanlan, and then you know he's funny again. Like I said, he's funny. After that, you get it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say, but honestly, I'm gonna put Vex here. I changed my mind on it. Vex is really good. I really liked him, and he would be my first place male favorite. But you know, the list keeps going. And then you have Pike. I really like her. She's my favorite character in the female side. And just overall, I like the fact that she's Ellie's voice actor, so it just makes it better. And I don't have to think about the fact that she isn't Ellie. It's just like, hey, this is Ellie, but it's not. It's Pike, so I like her. And I don't dislike Ellie. I want to talk about The Last of Us because I haven't played them. What the hell was that? Alright, whatever. I haven't played them, so I can't speak on them, but you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with Ellie in The Last of Us 2 that a lot of people did not like, but whatever. Not important. So, my favorite character out of all this is Percy. Just genuinely rose through the ranks from being like a character that we didn't know anything about to him just becoming my favorite because he's smiling. He genuinely changed for the better. And that was so awesome. Genuinely so awesome. So, yeah, that's my list for the characters and overall. Oh, music, by the way, it was good. It was really good. So I that brings up my total again to an 8. That's what I would rate this show. Not praiseworthy, but it was good. You know, it was a good watch. I enjoyed it. For it being in a medieval setting, I didn't care. I definitely didn't care. But, you know, that's where I'm going to end it here for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoy. I'm sorry for not uploading. I've just been going through finals for my classes in college, all that stuff, and just overall been very busy. So sorry about that. And sorry about not uploading Bleach, you know. Again, just been busy and just wanted to get some videos out there as much as I can before I go on vacation again. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. And until next time, it's been Infamous Isaac, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.